Hi, parents. So this is just kind of some things that we went over during Pie Night. This is a slide we'll send to you. Just kind of a brief agenda, welcome and introductions. We're going to go over the importance of attendance, overview of our essential skills for third grade. We're going to explain a literacy skill game to you and a math skill game, and then we'll go over WIGs, our goals, at the very end.
All right, so it is super important that your kid shows up to school every day. Our school goal is 95% attendance, and this is when you know your child has a problem with absences. So 18 or more is a chronic absence. 10 to 17 we start getting concerned about how much school they're missing, and then 9 or fewer is satisfactory. So chronic absence is widely defined as missing 10% or more of the school day. And then 4 times students who are chronically absent in preschool, kindergarten, and in first grade are much less likely to read at grade level by third grade, which would make them 4 times more likely to drop out of high school. And then a lot of our units are like a week or 2 weeks long, so if they're missing 3 to 4 days, they're missing most of the unit, and then they'll fall behind. One of the things that helps is creating a schedule to help your kids get enough rest and prepare for school, having a set time for dinner, homework, and bed, and then if you could schedule dental or medical appointments before or after school, just to make sure your kid isn't missing learning during the day. And these are just some things that we learn in third grade. All right, and then literacy.
So here is an example of the chart that we have in your folder that we're sending home. With your student's number should be on the front of your folder, and then the number at the bottom represents your student and where they are in reading at the beginning of the year. The red line is where they should be at the beginning of third grade. So if they are below that line, that means they are at risk of falling behind in reading in third grade. So here's some information about why reading is so important in third grade. Technical difficulty. So you're welcome to read this information. It just explains why reading is so important in third grade. Okay, so our number one goal for reading in third grade is to have your child reading with 97% accuracy. Reading accurately means making no mistakes when reading and recognizing when you make a mistake and then rereading the word or sentence correctly. So here's some strategies included in your folder that help you to understand how to help your child read accurately at home. So watch this video if your student needs help decoding. Decoding means that they can read the sounds in the word, and then when they're able to read the sounds in the word, they are able to read accurately.
Okay, so I'm going to explain our literacy game. It's our Lucky Listener game. So the directions say choose a decodable story or a section of a book to read to your lucky listeners. So a lucky listener is just an adult or an older child that your student can read to. So do the first task with your lucky listener and then have them sign the task off. So I'm going to explain what the tasks are in just a second. Continue doing each of the other tasks with new lucky listeners and have them sign off the task. When you finish all 5 tasks, color in the part of the star. So the star is at the bottom of the slide. There's a 1, 2, and 3. So when you go through day 1 over on the reading task, you'd fill in the first part of the star. When you go through day 2, you'd fill in the second part. When you go through day 3, you'd fill in the third part. So each of the tasks, so I'm going to explain what each of them is. This is something that you can do as your 30 minutes, which you should be reading every night. So it's not an additional thing you have to do with your child. So the first task, read out loud with your lucky listener. This means that you are reading with your child. So both of your mouths are moving at the same time. The second task is lucky listener reads a part, then you echo read that part. So this means that you, the adult, is reading a part of the text, so like a sentence, and then they're echoing, or your child's echoing what you just read. Third task is reading the text to your lucky listener. So this means that the child is just reading the passage to you. The last part is summarizing the text to your lucky listener. So this is like them reading or telling you what happened at the beginning, middle, and end of the passage they just read. So when your child does all 5 tasks, then you can fill in the star. So if you did day 1, fill in the 1. If you did day 2, fill in the 2. Did day 3, fill in the 3. Okay, and then you can watch this video later. It's just an example of how the Lucky Listener game is played. Okay, so in your folders, you also have a Lucky Listener poster. So what we're going to have you do is after you fill out a star, so after you fill out the 1, 2, and 3 on your star, you can put a sticker or a mark below each week you finish it. So week 1, week 2, week 3, and we have decided that the child who fills up all the way to week 12, so they did 12 stars, that they bring their Lucky Listener poster back with their bookmarks, they will get a pizza party. Okay, we'll talk about math. So again, you have a graph in your folder. It looks just like your reading one, but it has math on it, so it's on the other side. The red line or the line going straight through the graphs is just where your child should be at the beginning of 3rd grade. So something that we learn in 3rd grade that's super critical in math is adding and subtracting 3 and 4-digit numbers, so all the way up to the thousands with regrouping. And these next 2 videos kind of go over what adding with regrouping is and what subtracting with regrouping is, so you can watch that on your own and kind of see how that works.
3-digit.
And then this last thing in your folder is just a math game you can play with your kids at home. The directions are in the folder for you if you have any questions how to play it. This is just a really good way to practice addition and subtraction at home, and kids love games. So what better way to practice than with a game?
All right, and then the last thing is setting a WIG with you and your child. A WIG is a wildly important goal, and in the back of your folder, when you get it, will be a pick list for reading and for math of WIGs that you could set with your child, and then this paper, and you'll put where they are now, what they want, where they want to be, and then how long it will take them to complete this goal. Right, and then if you have any questions, you can email us or contact us on our class communication page. Thank you.